All right, it's time to build the frame for the ADR, the dual ADR. So we have the first ADR still hanging. We have the second ADR sitting in the middle here. We're going to put it in this space, and this is the 80/20 frame I ordered. So we're going to unpack it and start the assembly. Hopefully I didn't forget too many parts. We'll see. All right, we've got all 4 of the main frames. So there's 2 long rails and then 4 shorter legs and then the side rail. So this looks good. Now there's also supposed to be a bunch of hardware, screws and stuff. So we'll have to see where those are. We don't seem to have any of the hardware here. Hard to assemble an 80/20 frame without nuts and bolts. So gonna go try to track those down, see where we're at. All right, we did it. So the hardware came in a separate box, not on the pallet. So we're good to go. Now we get to assemble it. All right, looks like we need to tap these tap the aluminum pole 80/20 pieces through the end so that we can get these bolts to go in the right place. It has holes, they're just not threaded. So we'll just go thread these now. All right, we found a M8 by 1.25 tap. We're gonna tap these 2 holes and then see if we can get this gusset plate attached. Good. This might actually work. All right. So then there's a leg that comes out from here. So I think we'll assemble the whole base and then put the legs on. Probably wondering why I'm doing this and not my graduate students. But to that I say, why should they have all the fun? All right, now we need some help. So we'll get one person in here to help. All right, Jenny's on board. Woo! All right, let's okay, hold on. Okay, so we got to put these guys. All right. I think we're at the part where we now need the village to lift this sucker up.
All right.
I see Ronald. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's
square. This should just slip right in.
It should. Yeah, I mean, within the tolerances. So, but we can, I would say putting that in at the moment doesn't help us much. All right, so now we can see how much, woo! Yeah, without those bars there.
Earthquake
not enjoying it. Look at, I mean, see how it's moving? So having the bar, that walk is, we got to get, so we'll get the, we got to get the right parts to put these side pieces on. And then once we have the side pieces on, we can mount, we might need to tie it into the floor just to keep it from tipping. Yeah, put concrete anchors in the floor and then screw it down to the floor. Definitely a possibility. But this is, the idea is that these guys are going to go up here. So for each of the ADRs.
And this rests on each of these holes, tie into.
That's the hope. Yeah. Now we got to get the disc. Where's the tape measure? So the holes here that are pre-drilled. We can always drill new holes in the aluminum, but the pre-drilled holes are at 22 1/4. Something like that on the inner ring is going to be real close, actually. Okay, so yeah, it's all going to work, I think. We don't have to do it with these, but I do think it'll make it a little easier. So pretty good. Need a couple more parts, but we're almost there. Only a little blood. All right, everybody, welcome back to the lab. Last time you saw the frame behind me, we had assembled it, but we were missing the cross struts. So we've got those cross struts now. So you see we put these bolts in that tie it together, and that made it just much more robust. So very nice addition here. And we have them on the other side too. So now this is much more robust. Second thing we did was we added these plates up here. So these plates have these vibration isolators. And so we're going to mount the ADR up on these. So if you remember last time, this was pretty wobbly. Now with these cross braces, if I could do a pull-up, I would show you, but this is solid. This is not going anywhere. So I don't think we need to tie it into the floor. It's just gotten super solid with the cross braces. So it's time to put an ADR on.
You want these or?
Oh
wait, no, sorry. These are for the center.
Okay, we're gonna put that down. And again, we might have to drill these holes out a little bit. These have some flexibility to them. I think we'll get it, it'll work. My pull-up days may be behind me. All right, get it lined up, put it on the wheel. Better to have it closer to the center of mass. Okay, now the question is, do we want it on this way? And we want the, I'm not sure that I reassembled it correctly, so this port may be rotated, but I think this is a good place to start, and we can always change it if we need to. Yeah. All right, you want to guide it while I go up? Yeah, okay, that's good. Let me go up a little higher, we can get some screws in. All right, there's one ADR hung on its shock mounts. Looks solid. I don't think it's going anywhere. Now we have to put up the second plate and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna have to lift this up. Okay, now we're gonna lift it off this, so it's gonna start floating. See what I mean by scary?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna come out. And then as soon as we clear it, we'll lower it back down. But try to keep it nice and...
All right, we're clear over here.
Okay. All right. All right, we need to recycle these, but if you see the holes on this one are much smaller than the other one, which won't give us enough lateral play in order to get this to fit. So first thing to do is going to drill out these holes. We'll do it the old-fashioned way, destructively as possible. Bigger holes. Okay, so we want this about 20 inches. So somewhere around there is the current position. Let's see if we like it. All right, now I need to insert the nuts and tie these in. So 2 of these guys go here. Okay, let's measure this again. About 20 and a half. Oh, they're different. They're 23. So this one is different than the previous one. Good job, guys. And this one is 20. Oh, so we need to move them outbound. It's 3/4 inch different from this one. So whoever made this, Precision wasn't their middle name. All right, so we need about a 1/2 inch. All right, so we need to put new holes here and here.
But if they're too large, will it overlap with?
It doesn't matter much. This is just a located, it's all the weight's being carried by this frame. So maybe we don't even need screws because this side is tied down and it's not really gonna be able to rotate. If you whack it or something, like there's no way it's gonna turn enough to fall.
Yeah, that's a lot.
With this side screwed down in. So having this just sitting on the track actually may be fine. It would be nicer if it was tied down though.
See the shards like flying off the camera.
Let's see where we're at. Huh, we're still too short. Yeah, see, this one's 23 1/4. This one's, why is it? This one's 23 1/4 too. Jesus. Yeah, maybe it's the angle that's making it significantly worse. We're like a 1/4 inch off or something. Maybe 3/8. I think the center, the actual bolt is kind of angled, but again, these are rubber, so yeah. There's a little too much stress on here. I think it wouldn't be good for the rubber in the long term. I think we just have to give it another go. We could probably go back to the original screws and then move to the next slot. I think that might actually work better. Yeah, now we're over by about a half an inch. But that might be better. All right, you want to hand up the plate? We'll see how it goes. We might be able to turn this around and get it to work. All right. All right, I think it's in. It's a little tipped, but like not enough to matter. A little shaky there, huh? You need 3 threads to get full strength, basically. All right, that one's in. Yeah, these washers are a little too big. That's all right. All right. All right. I think they're all in. This is it. We got our 2 new ADRs all hooked up, or at least hanging. Now we have to get them wired up and get all the plumbing attached and do all the hard work. So we'll have Majid work on, we'll show the plumbing work next probably to get the hoses attached. And meanwhile, we got to get the magnets working and all the wiring to actually read it out. So there's still a lot of work to do to get this test stand up and running. But it's a good start to have it hanging.